Hello and welcome to the Ndiverse, the creator's universe, aka the land of I am. And in this video, you have entered the realm of the Haven of Truth. In the Haven of Truth, this is a space for creativity, exploration of self, introspection, all held within the safety of unconditional love and truth, which I have some truth to share with you. Because a little birdie, Spirit has told me that you haven't been seeing yourself clearly. You haven't been seeing yourself clearly, and Spirit wants me to reveal the truth to you. So, welcome. My name is Destiny. You are an divine being, you are divine, and you deserve to see yourself in your full authenticity, to walk in your light and your shadow, fully combined, embodied, and to live a life that is abundant and full. And anything that is blocking you in your mind from walking that path and living that life, we are going to unpack today. So sit back, relax, rest. Okay, you can get a pen, a notebook, a cup of tea, bring out your laundry, but just relax and yeah, hang out with me for however long this video is going to be. Yeah, listen to the words that I speak and pay attention to any truth that arises within you. Doesn't matter that you may not be able to see my face. The format of how I deliver my content may change, but the frequency will always remain the same. Be on 100% truth, 100% love. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Because you are on a personal transformational? Yeah, a personal transformation journey. Okay, you are going through these changes. And I feel like you've been going through stages. It's almost like a lot of it has been done behind closed doors. You've been doing a lot of healing, okay? You've been doing a lot of self-concept work. You've been trying to manifest and attract new things into your life. And I feel like the reason why this video is coming out to you today is because things have changed. You have changed. But somewhere in your mind, you still feel like things are the same. There is some part of you that still perceives yourself as the trauma, as the person who was in the roots of this wound. The inspiration of this message is from the Eight of Swords in the Light Seers Tarot deck. And in this picture, she's in this hut or this cocoon, and there's a mirror that she's placed between her knees and she's looking into. And in her reflection, she can see herself tied up by cords and strings. Mental happenings. In the image, that person cannot see, they're blindfolded. And they are literally bound. Not by something strong like chains, but by something weak. But she's still bound. A victim, if one was to say. That's the word that's coming in my mind. Hostage, by the way she's holding her hands. Arrested by these words, these lies, these limiting beliefs. Now, I say this to speak because I know if you are in this collective, if you've clicked on this video and it resonates with you and this energy you can already feel, I know that could have been your truth a couple months ago, a couple years ago, but there were times where limiting beliefs ruled over you, where your self-doubt kept you trapped, where there were situations where you didn't feel free, where mentally things were challenged. And I say that to speak because I know that was also me. But the interesting part about this particular Eight of Swords is that it's not just talking about being trapped by your thoughts and these eight limiting beliefs that you can walk free from and that you're just blinded by and you can't see. I like this artistry because in reality, the person that's looking in the mirror is not in chains. The person looking in the mirror has nothing holding them. But it's almost like they are looking back to a time where they can see where they were. That's how spirit was confirmation, but that's how spirit was showing me this. And perhaps you, just like in this image, look at yourself and remember certain times where your mind was your enemy. We know that subconscious beliefs and trauma can affect the way we see, think, act, so on and so forth. And maybe you've been doing a lot of work to get out of that. But unfortunately, even though you may not still be in that space mentally, the way you're perceiving yourself, the way you're seeing yourself, is causing your body to mirror how you used to be. And I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, and I can already feel anxiety, and I know it's a very, very heavy energy, like funky energies to tap into. But I'm gonna keep going because this is what Spirit is trying to say: that you have come a long way. That yes, your childhood trauma, the attachment issues, the abandonment issues, the wounds, the scars that you held on to for so long, that stopped you from going after your dreams, from being authentic, from being who you want to be because you didn't believe you were good enough, because you didn't believe you could go after it. That made you feel like you were trapped. And yes, I'm not gonna lie, there's certain times where you were trapped. And that environment that had you trapped, you soaked in that truth, you internalized it to the point where that became you. That's how you now perceived yourself. And again, drawing back to how spirit is, the story that spirit was telling me when I saw this image, you are out of certain situations. You have healed, you have changed, but you are still perceiving yourself in a way that makes you feel chained. There's certain beliefs that even if you can recognize that they're not good or they're not true or that's a lie or that's limiting you, it is affecting you in a way where you are unable to change your motion. You're unable to show up how you want to show up. You're unable to show up as you because how you see yourself is not true. And because how you see yourself is not true, you are not showing up as true. Now, this brings me to you are what you think. I've been doing a scripting challenge over on my TikTok. I don't know if you guys, whenever you guys are watching this, but if you're watching in real time, I've been doing a 30-day scripting challenge. And the reason why it came up is because how you think about yourself, your subconscious beliefs, it completely alters and changes your reality. That is literally what manifestation is, the subconscious. And in this image, I just see somebody that even though they would be free to run, they would be free to move because in their mind, okay, like again, it's even funny because like I'm saying, they are not seeing their true reflection. Even though things have changed, they cannot see that reflection because all they can see is the memories of how the old way, how things used to be. And I know that's how it's been. I know it's how it's been. You enter rooms that you haven't been in before, and imposter syndrome cripples you because it's just like, oh my gosh, what if they know the truth of who I am? Da, 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 da. And that who I am that keeps running around your mind like a hamster wheel is the old you. The old you that was hurt, and that's the thing. You even need to go. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. You need to go back and change the perspective you have of yourself from these past times. There is a version of you that is trapped in old memories, that is bound. Okay? that is bound by lies, by words, by definitive. I don't know if that's okay, if that's how to say it, but there's ways that you would define your past versions of you. Okay, failure. I honestly, these are not words that I am proclaiming over you, but these are the words that are coming out, and it's just like, ooh, there's ways that you see your past self when in reality they did not know the things that you know now. They were blindfolded, they were trapped, they were in different situations, and they didn't know what you know now that you've been through it and you're out on the other side. And because those perspectives, those conclusions stay somewhere in the corners and the shadows of your mind, that version of you is unable to align and move forward into new, into truth, into wholeness, because they are attached and bound to those wounds. It's time to heal the past versions of you, the old versions of you, to stop looking back at yourself and your past mistakes and feeling and calling yourself a fool. Stop the self deprecation. Because at the end of the day, it's the end of the day, and they did what they could. And yes, you may be able to see that they may not have done what they should, but that shame, the blame, the guilt is only going to have you continuously looping in your mind and rewinding those situations. So when it comes to a time when you have to revisit that energy and break the cycle and do something new, you can't connect to your root. You cannot move, because why? Your sense of self is fragmented. Your sense of self is fragmented. 1212. Your subconscious is stuck because there's a part of you that has the illusion that there's something wrong with me. This is who I am. Again, the root, your I am. Indie. Okay? Who do you believe that you are? If you believe that you're scarred, you're trapped, you're not good enough, you're this, you're that, even if you do have confident parts of you, if there's still that part of you that doesn't believe that due to these wounds, if that is how you're seeing yourself, that is how you're going to move. And Spirit is bringing this message forward because you have been trying to expand, you've been trying to move forward, you've got new visions for your life, you're going seeking higher heights. But it seems like every time you want to go forward, every time you want to make a decision or an action towards your goals, your dreams, your desires, this niggling voice, this irritating voice, I don't know what the TikTok that's coming into my head, if you know it, comment it down below. But it's like this irritating voice, yeah, that's it, creeps out from your subconscious sneakily, and all of a sudden you don't have the energy, you don't have the capacity, you don't have that self-belief. Why? Because in your reflection, it is not you that you see. And it's not even your past you that you're seeing either. You are seeing yourself through a highly critical lens that is lying to you, telling you that you're not good enough, telling you that you're trapped, telling you that you can't move, when actually it's not that you couldn't move, you were blindfolded so you can't see the truth. You were being held up by lies, by thoughts that were debilitating you. They were keeping you stuck, yes. But you are not your thoughts. You have to learn to detach from your thoughts. I think that's also the message that's coming through. You are not seeing yourself clearly because you're seeing yourself through the lens of old thoughts. And those thoughts were painted and stained with old wounds, with old narratives that have been held from childhood, with pain, and from the root all the way to the branches, to the decayed and gone leaves. You're attached to a certain way of thinking and seeing you because that's who they said you were, so that's who you've always been. And now that you are trying to set yourself free, now that you're in this stage of trying to break the habit, break the generational cycles, start a new narrative, this is the part that is blocking you. 8. You might be seeing a lot of 8s, you might be seeing a lot of 10s. 3s and 7s too. 333 is really sticking out to me. But you are trying to break a cycle. You are trying to move forward, and you are at a point of death and rebirth. You are at a point where something needs to transform and shift. And the transformation that is required right now is in your mental. It's in how you see yourself. And you changing how you see yourself may involve confirmation, but changing how you see your past. It may involve forgiveness, letting go, freeing yourself. Oh, and as soon as I say that, I just feel so gassy in my lower belly, and I know that's because that the root, the sacral, where you're holding the shame, the pain, the guilt, the fear, you need to release it. Okay, I've got strength here as my central card as well, because I've got some cards laid out. It is a time of surrender to truth, to your heart, and allowing yourself to be you. You're allowed to be afraid, but if you're afraid, shake that body, shake that body, and say, "I am." Come back to your "I am." Remind your body, your mind, your subconscious of who you are, and we're gonna get some messages into who you are at the end. But I can no longer let you pretend to be trapped when the fact is that you just have a view, a skewed version of you in your mind that you are holding on to. And because this version of you is all you have known, and that's the version of you that is looped in your mind, when it's time to take action and when it's time to align with the path, you don't know how to choose it because your mind is filled with a certain reaction, a certain posture. The posture here is literally being tied up. But you are free. You are free. You are set free. It's almost like a butterfly ready to leave the cocoon. They, at that first moment, do they know they have wings and that they can move? It takes some adjusting to a new self concept, a new understanding, a new perception, and which is why you need to feed yourself. I was about to say fill. You need to fill yourself and feed your spirit with the truth, with confidence. You need to build that inner strength because it has been weakened by daggers, the thoughts. Okay, in the tarot, swords is your thoughts, and your spirit has been constantly battered by other people's words, your own words, other people's thoughts that they've projected onto you. And like a fellow, you've internalized those until that has become your truth. But no more, Spirit says, because I have so much in store for you, so much abundance for you. Okay, we're going to have a little bit looking into this, who you are, because you are strong. And maybe that is it. Maybe you don't think you're strong enough for this path. Got big Leo energy. I've got strength and the sun in front of me. Leo energy, fixed energy, because Scorpio, I'm associating with this 8 of Swords right now, interestingly enough. Scorpio energy is coming through. Yeah, there's certain wounds, there's certain fears. This might be a follow-up from the last message I did on forgiveness and the fixed sense of self, the fixed emotions. So that video was talking about the fixed emotions. This is now we're talking about the fixed mind. Okay, your mind not being able to align with who you are, but being stuck with not even who you were, but with how you used to see yourself. how you used to perceive yourself, which was a lie, which was why you were never walking in truth, which was why things were not working out as they should. And there were certain lessons you had to learn, which, yes, whew, it is heavy in my heart. 22, you are aligning with a new path. Okay, and the abundance, the manifestations, the generational cycle breaking that you are after, the happy family, the love, the care, the prosperity, the wealth, it is for you. You can go after that dream, you can birth that vision, you can make those moves, you can show up how it is that you know and intend to. You can break free from these old limitations and these old beliefs. You just need to stop mirroring the old you. The old you was bound by these thoughts, but you are not, unless you choose to, because you are aware. You can see. That's the interesting thing about this Eight of Swords. She can see that in that reflection, that version of her was held back by these beliefs, by these crows that were speaking lies into her mental and auric field. And yet her body still yields. Why? Because the body keeps the score. And that's why energy, that's what that energy release and that act of forgiveness is for. That's what you're being called to. Because why? There is clarity that is supposed to come when you know your root, when you are connected to your seed. And Spirit is saying that that is what's going to happen to you. When you start to see yourself clearly, you are going to move with the speed and the momentum, confirmation, but that you've needed. Yeah, a lot of burps because 22, as I look down, yeah, because you are aligning with the truth. You are aligning with the truth. You are aligning with who you are, and it's taking a lot for you to reconnect with your power. It's taking a lot for you to be able to express yourself authentically and live in the light. You've always lived in the shadows. That's another thing in this picture. I was about to say video. Again, like it's like I can see you guys. I can see a vision of somebody that is just replaying old scenes in their head, and you're judging yourself. You're judging yourself for past things, whether this was trigger warning abuse, whether this was some heavy things that you may have been through. And you're judging yourself for it. You're judging yourself for how you acted. You're judging yourself for how you were in survival. Instead of saying this was how it is and loving yourself. This strength, the lion and the lamb that is coming through. I'm hearing construction. You are rebuilding and demolishing and removing an old layer, an old foundation, because you need a strong one to carry you, to let you exist in the light without you having to dim yourself, without you having to, again, this posture of like making yourself small. You're allowed to expand and open up. Stand tall. That's what Spirit wants for you. Make noise, shake the room. Why? Because you hold truth, you carry truth. And people want to hear from you. People love you. And I feel like I'm saying things that maybe you're not used to hearing or thinking about yourself. Yeah, that's a strange thing. Maybe when you start to say good things about yourself, you can't claim them because you don't feel the connection to them, because your connection is only to the pain of the past. And that is what Spirit wants to change. That is what Spirit is saying, to surrender. It's okay that you were once weak. That is indeed where your strength lies, that vulnerability and sensitivity. And I feel like help is coming in. Spirit also wants me to say that. But I'm gonna pour some more. And let's see if there's anything Spirit else has in store for who you are. Because we've had a look at this card, this energy of feeling tied to the past. And feeling tied to a downcast vision of self. But what do we do next? Okay, what do we do next? How do we free ourselves from that? You've already taken the first step to changing because you know that you are not fully seeing your worth. Confirmation back. You know that you're holding yourself back. You can see that, you can feel that, but it's about how do I change the way I see myself? How do I alchemize these beliefs so that I can step into the fullness of my energy and my full vitality? How do I adopt a new mindset? And it is literally about balancing the subconscious and your conscious mind. It's literally about balancing what goes on in the underlying world, in the depths. Okay? Sorting through the energy that is the turmoil that is going on within you, releasing that energy. We're going back to forgiveness, but you have to forgive. You have to forgive. You have to move through that energy so that you can step into your full power. Okay, and you may be drained. You may have shame. You may feel pain when you do this, which is why it's okay to slow down. But at the end of the day, you have to see yourself as who you are, the magician, and you are not your thoughts as well. Okay, your thoughts are a powerful tool that are bestowed upon you that can help you create this abundance, this world, this land, this version of you that you are trying to bring into existence. Because that's the thing. As you are clicking and you're seeing this video, the past is creeping in. The past is creeping in. The past is creeping in, whether that is it's showing up in your reality or it's just that you are still in a certain environment that is breeding anxiety or things aren't exactly how you want them to be. But you've been learning lessons, okay? You've been finding your path, finding your joy, you've been grieving, you've been letting go of the old version of you so that you can become a new version of self, align with your higher self. Yes, you've done all that, yes, and I'm proud. But what next? It's not just about let go of the old and leave the old behind and walk away. No, we integrate, we align, and we move forward with grace and unconditional love, knowing that every version of you had their place. Okay, if it's like I'm getting a vision, like if there's like an abandoned puppy that has lived a life where they are in fear and they are taken into a caring, loving home, they're not going to know straight away how to take in that love, that safety. And that might be the same with you. You may not know how to move with confidence as somebody that loves themselves, as someone that is brave, but even me saying that, you don't know how brave and strong you are to have even come this far. You have not been turning on the light to recognize that. Yeah, because right now inside your energy is a fight. There's a lot of fighting. Which version of me is the right one? Who is it? The weak me? Is it the fear, the anxiety that creeps in when I'm still in public and when I'm being seen? Is it the version of me from the past? Is it my inner child wounds? Forgive. Breathe. It's okay. You don't need to fight. You don't need to have conflict within yourself. It's okay to love the past versions of you that did things you weren't proud of, that was stuck, that couldn't move, that even when they knew the right thing to do, they couldn't do it. Maybe you weren't taught how to. Yeah, maybe these were habits learned from childhood, but you have changed, you have grown, and it is time for you to step into the knowing that you are more than your past. And all of a sudden, the Lion King is coming up. Yeah, Simba completely disregarded who he was, literally threw away his position as king because he didn't see himself as worthy because of something he felt he did in his childhood. Remember. Remember who you are. Remember what it's like to roar. And I'm hearing law. So yeah, maybe your law is deep. And maybe you have gone so deep into the law where you've even forgotten what you came here for. Ooh. It's like you've forgotten your connection to your soul. Maybe you were really connected as a kid. Maybe you were connected to your purpose, connected to your dreams, connected to your heart space. But your life was full of heavier energy, fight or flight survival, where it almost maybe changed aspects of your personality, which you've been healing from. And congratulations. I am proud of you. Spirit is so proud of you. But now is the time to return to source, return to your root, who you are, to go. And in returning to your root is going to mean healing those old wounds. It's going to take healing the old perceptions too, forgiving, releasing them so that you can be confident at any energy that comes towards you. And even if you are met with a version of self or a situation or an energy from your past, you can stand up tall. You can laugh in the face of danger. Again, lots of Lion King coming through. That might be a film that resonates with you. Now I'm hearing Lion King 2. Deception, disgrace, evil as plain as the scar on his face. You may have scars. I mean, people may tell you you don't belong, but are you going to stand tall and strong, knowing what was I made for? I'm getting a lot of Barbie movie references, theatre. This may be something that is special or important to you. But there is a calling, okay? Other people may place their judgment. Other people may tell you who you are, but it's time for you to connect with your soul truth, your inner calling, your justice too. Okay, and if it is that you can't see yourself clearly, maybe it's time for you to close your eyes and tap into and align with the divine's vision. Close your eyes completely. When I close my eyes, I can't see anything. It's all black, aphantasia. So that's what I'm asking you. I'm asking you to imagine nothing. Come into the void. Silence out the noise and let your body move free. Come back to a sense of safety in self. Because when you are safe in your body, when your nervous system is not triggered to go back to old states of fight or flight, you can align with your truth and you will know what to do when the time comes. And yes, you may be afraid, but you'll still take that step. Why? Because you have changed. You've changed. You are connected to the I am within you. You are connected to love. You are connected to your truth. You are connected to your power too. You've called it back. You've called it back. You've called back the joy because you know you deserve it, and that is what you're going after. And that is what you choose. Good for you. Good for you. Honestly, good for you. Because it is high time that you saw yourself in your truth, that you saw your worth, your gifts, your talents too, and you began to be creative and create from that. Because you have seeds that have been planted for long, that are ready to be shown, to bloom, to grow. Pardon me, confirmation, but yeah, you're growing a lot, and that's another thing. Even though I'm seeing this video, I feel like you are also not recognizing the growth, the things that you have alchemized, the things that you've already brought into this timeline. Yeah, King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a lot to do with King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay, so I've got all the masculines on the table. I've got King of Wands, King of Pentacles, and I keep seeing the Queens, their counterparts in my hand. This, and then I split to the Ten of Swords. This is about healing your sense of self. Okay, your spirit. But to me, the spirit is the feminine. The spirit is the void. It's the womb. It's the birthing of what is not yet here. And the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles being on the table shows me that you are ready to step into having that in your reality, having that be the energy that is birthed from that seed, from that connection to divine energy. Sun, the life force, the source. Yeah, you're coming back to source. Coming back to see yourself as true, coming back to your true expression. And yes, it made me shaky at first, but that's why you're moving with love, not judgment, unconditional love. Yes, the love has just landed on judgment. You are choosing yourself. You are choosing confidence. You are choosing to root yourself in your truth. And I'm not getting specifics about who you are. And if you want a personal reading, we can look into that. Okay, we can look into that. Your soul gifts, your soul path, soul food will be good for that too. Or message from my soul. But collectively, what I am being shown is that there are truths that need to be discovered. There's miracles that need to be discovered. When you are able to allow yourself to go into the depths of some of these subconscious wounds, to forgive and release, to be free, and like we just had a full moon when I'm filming this, or recording this. Doesn't matter when you're watching this, but you're in a time of revelation. It's time to reveal and unfold your power so that you can walk in it, so that you can free yourself. It seems like a werewolf or vampire, it might be significant. But under the full moon, how they change, that metamorphosis. It's time for you to change. Come back to your true self. Release the chains. Release some Beyonce song, I know. But yeah. And when you choose the energy that is aligned with your truth every time, you will move closer and closer to your destiny. You will move in a path that feels aligned and free. And even if you're afraid, even if you're shaky, even if you're confused and you don't know everything and some things are unknown, at least you're walking in the path that is aligned with you. Rather than walking in the path of the version that you feel like you deserve because you don't think you're good enough, or because you feel like there is a past memory, that means you can't go any further than this. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's like you don't feel like you can go any further because you don't know how, because they didn't know how. They didn't know how because they didn't know how. That is their pain. Let them feel that pain and free them from it by allowing yourself to change. Allow yourself to give the past versions of you what they didn't have, which is the truth, which is love, and which is you. Oh my goodness, this is such a conscious. Your inner child needs you now more than ever. The past needs you now more than ever. Your past self will be healed through the actions of your grown self, higher self. Six of Swords at the bottom, 666, you're transitioning, yes. But in order to move forward out of these stormy seas, out of this transition energy, you need to allow yourself to believe in the direction you're being called into. No matter how unknown or scary it feels, are you going to yield to the past? Or are you going to say, what am I going to say? Tough times never last. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Spirit wants to do a little jokey joke there because I feel like there definitely is a message that your inner child has for you. There is definitely some inner child healing and allowing yourself to go after your dreams. Maybe this is this version of you that is unable to stage frightenness. Maybe you feel trapped. Maybe back then you were trapped. You didn't have the ability to act in a way you wanted to or do the things you want to. Acting is also very significant. But yeah, maybe you know your truth, you know your story. I didn't need to dig through and try and find. Well, that's also another thing. I feel like sometimes some of you are really digging. You've done so much healing. You've done so much looking at the wounds. You've done so much looking at the past. Allow yourself to let go of it. Because you have studied your past so much that you know it off the back of your hand. And now when it is time to show up in a new energy, you don't understand how you're supposed to go because all you know is the old flow, the old frequency. It's time for new. It's time for new. And in order to go for new, you need to let yourself be cooled. You need to let yourself move through the new energy the Spirit's trying to align you to. That's why you've clicked on this message. That's why this message has come through. Because you're not seeing yourself clearly. The Spirit wants me to tell you the truth that you are strong, you are powerful, you are brave, you are deserving of love, you are free to move, you are abundant. And you can have this life as long as you choose. Choose. Yes, right now it might feel like which path to go, where do I go? Da-da-da-da. Silence the noise. Release yourself from the illusion of options and confusion because you know deep down where you're feeling called to. And your soul knows where that next level up is too. Where the harmony is, where the alignment is, the wish fulfillment is. But I feel like you're just scared to move in that direction. You already know. That's even maybe why I'm not getting any specifics in this message, because you already know which direction it is next you want to go. But you're afraid of change, you're afraid of what other people will say, you're afraid of being attacked by other people's energy, or the past versions of you are fighting back. But this is where you need to strengthen that core, your solar plexus, because what was I made for? You were made for this. You were made to exist in your full power, to be heard, to be seen, for your creativity to breathe. So allow yourself to meditate, to connect to your divine I am state, to come back to your roots. Going in nature will be very, 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 very helpful for you. Nurturing your seed and nurturing your truth. Not fighting and not holding on to old wounds, but letting yourself move. Be moved. Spirit wants to move you. This 8 of Swords is a still energy, it's a stagnant energy, but the number 8 is all about transformation. So confirmation, there is a exchange that needs to be replaced. Yeah, that needs to be replaced. I was about to say there's an exchange that needs to be replaced. Spirit is saying that you've been exchanging an energy, you've been exchanging thoughts that have not been helpful. Spirit's now saying replace this energy exchange that you've been having between yourself, between you and Spirit as well. I feel like your relationship with Spirit needs to heal. But let's replace it with you hand me your worries, you hand me the past mistakes, and you allow me to guide you and show you the way by filling your life with desire, with passion, with joy, with the things that light you up, the things that you want to create. And yes, this is a new energetic state. I will give you the energy if you just wait and receive. Heal your nervous system and allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to breathe. Shake off the old thoughts and claim your royalty. Claim your power and move when you feel the need. Some of you want to take actions. That old reflection of yourself stops you. Let go of that energy. Literally leave it. I'm seeing like release it into the river. Cleansing baths. But even in the haven of truth, there's a waterfall. Leave those thoughts there. There's old versions of you there. Let them be healed and let yourself walk away with the yield, with the return. It's like there's a growth. There's a reward. It's time for you to soar, to let yourself be freed from this old mentality. Now, Spirit is guiding me to start wrapping up, so hold on. Because I'm going to pull some cards from my Sacred Destiny. Just to get any closing messages. Simplicity. It's time to remove the old messages. Feathers may be significant, but the old weight, your heart doesn't need to have the old energetic state burden in your mind. You are safe. You are safe to move on. You are safe even if you don't feel strong. Okay? Shuffle. Ooh. But my energy does feel a lot lighter. My energy does feel a lot lighter. Healing chaos is the bottom of the deck. Oh yeah. We've got two cards. Community. Miracles. Rainbows may be a significant sign. Protection. And abundance just dropped on the lovers, and I'm feeling one more, two more. Cool. We've got forgiveness at the bottom of the deck, so yeah, that is even a sign in itself. Some of you need to go and watch my forgiveness video. I will have that linked in the bottom, so you can just go and it's a lengthy one. But yeah, at the end of the day, podcast out. Even me, I'm going through a period of change, just figuring out the best way, the best format to get out this truth to y'all, the community. And it landed on the Eight of Swords. So what this is telling me is that the way you are seeing yourself is holding you back from your community. You're feeling lonely, you're wanting to meet new people, you're wanting to connect. Yeah, your birthright, your soul tribe, other people that have been on this transformational journey too. You want to connect with them, but you need to move. You need to open up your wings. You've left your cocoon. And yes, in those first few moments when the butterflies come out, they don't know what to do. But open those wings. Get used to them. Start telling yourself that you can fly, and when you're ready, take flight. Take flight. Move. Don't tell yourself that you're still in that cocoon. Don't tell yourself that you're still a caterpillar, because there are people, your community is waiting for you. There's miracle, and miracles landed on the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. There's wish fulfillment, harmony, happy home, and again community. And then there's a big community message here. So like I said, this is collective. And if you like, if you feel comfortable, introduce yourself in the comments, drop something in the comments, how this resonate with you in the comments, connect with other people in the comments, connect with me on my other socials. TikTok is a very, very big group. We've got a great community over there. Also on Coffee, I'm going to be introducing Discord too. All the details will be in my description box below. But there's miracles, blessings that are ready to be shown and to connect you with your tribe. It's time to, yes, work through in solitude some of these thoughts and change change, yeah, change the truth, because some of you feel like those self-limiting beliefs are the truth. They're not. Okay, they're not. Now, I don't want you to hear this message and feel like stuck or feel like, oh my gosh, I need to now stay in my room for 100 more years until I rewire my brain. And no, you are protected. You are protected. And even though your roots may be tangled with certain weeds, or there's certain things that need to leave your energy, you are protected. Okay? You are. Your destiny is protected. You haven't ruined anything with these thoughts. You haven't delayed anything. You're hearing this because you're ready to tap into your power. You're ready to tap into your truth. So all you now need to do is to that's why solitude came out, because there is a reconnecting and a repairing of the relationship that you have with you, your past version of you. You're integrating those versions, you're releasing them, you're letting them go with love, not chaining them. It's almost like some of you, I don't know if any of you guys watch what was that show, The Good Place. It's like I'm seeing like some you some of you guys is a bad place. Is some of your past memories, and you replay them in your mind, you replay them in your energy, you replay them in your waking life, because you keep repeating certain cycles, because you haven't mended the old thoughts, the old truth, the old perception of how you see you. And when you allow yourself to mend that in solitude, to release it, again, water is coming up, to let it go, to be like, I'm not an island. I am going to go and align with those that are on my highest timeline. I'm ready for a new energy. I don't need to keep myself chained this way. I'm ready to see my truth. I'm ready to see that I'm deserving, that I'm not the ugly duckling. I'm a swan, and I've grown. I've grown? grown. Groaned. Oh, groaning. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Lamenting. Yeah, Spirit is saying that you're gonna have to get this, because my heart is really aching as I'm saying this. Again, I'm repeating. Do not feel like, oh, things are delaying. Oh, there's more healing. Oh, no, but this release, this is a sacred pause, because your abundance is right here. And in this freeing your mind from old alignments, from old truths, from old narratives, that is where the movement comes. And again, we've got the Knight of Swords that came out with the Ten of Pentacles. So once you get that clarity, once you reconnect with your root, your I am, once you have that message of who you are, once you've forgiven yourself and you've released that energy, and it's no longer in your energetic field, you are going to move. And again, the yield, there is so much accumulated blessings that are coming for you. It's just you just need to choose it. Okay? And in the stillness, I thought that was a burp, but it was a yawn. In this rest, in this pause, in this energy that you are in, it's for you to allow yourself. Again, I'm getting that energy of ice, frozen. Let it go, let it go. I'm one with the wind and sky. Wind and sky. Again, the air element, the water element. Yeah, so your mental and your emotional body right now, there's a lot that needs to be released. And you're not meant to do that on the move. That's why you need to allow yourself to be free, to be still. Okay? And don't be afraid of how long it takes. Okay? Because your subconscious has been stained, and it's time to wash away those old energetic blueprints of love, the scarlet letters, the shame, the labels, to cut them away with love and to rise above them. The stillness card. Again, like I said, you might feel frozen in time. And what is going to bring movement is for you to align with the version of you that is able to look back and forgive the old you. And to move past. To not look back downcast. To not look at yourself in your present feeling like there's no way out, because you have the keys to be free, to move forward, to step into your abundance and your destiny. Just by knowing who you are, and sometimes that means you have to see beyond the scars. You have to see in the world or the wild. You have to see in all that there is, and you have to forgive. Forgive your past. Change the way you see yourself. And know that the old stories, they were never meant to last. And it's time for you to rewrite and to choose new. Cycles are ending. Time is ticking. And it's up to you. To take a deep breath and repeat after me. Spirit, I am ready. Reveal to me who I am. Reveal to me your divine plan. I know I may not see every step of the way, but I'm ready to move forward. And I know my energy has changed. From now on, I only want to see myself as I am. So love me and help me to understand the truth. And in that energy, may I freely and lovingly move. Thank you and Ashe. Oh my God. That was, I thought the message was going to be 5 minutes. 28 at most. We went on for 57. If you're still here, thank you so much for listening. I hope this message was clear and gave you everything that you needed. And I hope you are able to see that the old way of seeing yourself can no longer be. And if you would like any help, any personal reads, or help with, I don't know, shadow work or unblocking that past energy, hit me up, connect with me. But yeah, I wish you all the best. Please do connect, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you liked this video, if you liked this format. I hope it was relaxing and I hope the message was clear. I will be back with more messages. It's like I don't want to go. But I am done. And just know that you're not the two, you are one. Got many wishes that are coming on your way. 17 Aquarius energy. Ooh, but yeah, it feels great to say thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. But yeah, I hope our energies align again, and I will see you again, my Ndiverse. Bye now.